Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to discuss about the prime factorization and index notation, and this is the second topic of this series. And in this series, in this video, we are going to discover the method that how can we find the prime factorization and how can we write different values according to the index notation. So moving ahead, first of all, we need to find how to find the. First of all, we need to know how to find the prime factorization of any values. Prime factorization is finding which prime number multiply together to make the original number. In this method, you need to divide the number every time by a prime number till you get 1. Let us understand it with an example. We consider 54 to find its prime factorization. Mathematically, we can write it as सबसे पहले prime factorization क्या होता है? Prime factorization is the method to find which prime number can multiply together to give you the original value which we are going to discuss. ठीक है? इस method में आपने करना क्या है? In this method, you are going to divide every time. You are going to divide every number every time by a prime number only. ठीक है? Until you get a 1. So we have an example that is 54, and we are going to find the prime factors of 54 by dividing it through the prime numbers. First of all, 54 as even number, so we are going to divide it by 2. So 2 times 27 is 54. Now 27 is an odd number, so we cannot divide it by 2. Now we are moving towards 3, which is also a prime number, and 27 is a multiple of 3. So 3 times 9 equals to 27. 9 is also a multiple of 3, so we can divide it by 3. So 3 times 3 equals to 9, and finally 3 times 1 equals to 3. By this procedure, we have now the values of 54 as a prime factorization, and the prime factorization of 54 can be written as 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. In this method, you only need to divide every number every time by a prime number and then write it down as shown in the screen. Okay, all you need to write what 54 can be written as 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. So this is the prime factorization. You can check it by yourself by solving many questions from your book. Okay, moving ahead. Now we need to learn how to find the index notation. Index notation is a way of representing repeated multiplication of the same number by writing the number as a base with the number of repeats written as a small number to its upper right. In the previous slide, we have found the prime factorization of 54, in which we got the answer of 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. It means we got 3 times 3. So how can we write 3 times 3 in an index notation form? In this slide, we are going to discuss it, and for this, we need to solve it with the help of the example. An example is 72. Now we need to find the prime factorization of 72. Mathematically, we can write it as 72 as an even number, so we should start from the 2. So 72 divided by 2 equals to 36. 36 is also an even number, so we can divide it by 2. So 2 times 18 equals to 36. 18 is also an even number, so we can further divide it by 2 and we'll get the value of 9. 9 is an odd number and it is a multiple of 3, so we can divide it by 3. So 3 times 3 equals to 9, and finally 3 times 1 equals to 3. So we have the prime factors of 72 as 2 by 2 by 2 by 3 by 3. हमने 72 के प्राइम फैक्टर्स मालूम कर लिए हर बार इसको प्राइम नंबर से डिवाइड करवाने के बाद. So the prime factors of 72 can be written as, we have 2 times 3, so we can written as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, and we have 2 times 3, so we can written as 3 multiplied by 3. Now, how can you write these values in index notation form? How many times do you have? You have 3 times 2, so you can use the power of 3 of 2. Matlab you have 3 times 2, so you can write it as 2 raised to power 3. While you have 2 times 3, it means you have 2 3's, so you can written it as 3 की power 2 like this. So every time you need to, if you are asked to find the index notation of any value, first of all you need to find the prime factorization, then you need to write the total prime factors by assigning multiplication sign between them, like we have discussed it, 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, and finally you need to count the numbers, like we have 3 times 2, we have 3 2's, so we assign a power of 3 on 2, and we have two threes, so we have assigned a power of 2 on 3. So this is the index notation form of your number, that is 72. Okay, I believe that you know how to find the prime factorization and index notation in this line. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any question regarding to prime factorization and index notation, you can call me freely. You can write it in the comment section. Your questions will be entertained, answers will be given, and I believe you will make the most of your time in this lockdown period and solve many questions from your book. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.